Hey guys, it's Kyra, and we're finally back. Not that long compared to how long I've been taking from my other content, but yeah, I did a scary video like a few days ago, maybe like I don't know, yesterday or the day before, and now I want to react to more scary videos because unfortunately the first time it's gonna come out extremely choppy, but I do suggest that if you can make out like some of the videos and the creators that I watched in that first video, go check them out because those were good videos. But yeah, you should follow me on YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch at chiropractor, and that is my TikTok right there, so go follow me. um okay. Uh, okay. I just wanted to move that over a little bit. But yes, I did like a little background for you guys so that, instead of looking at black, like, well, I can't even show you, but instead of looking at black, like all the way down there, instead of all that being black, it's now all pink. So pink background now. So the life is updating. I also changed the font on that, so little stream updates. But yes, gonna react to some scary TikToks and get high for it, of course. So see, I don't know. Okay, I think that I should not be smoking so many joints or blunts because they're bad for you. I think joints are better for you, but here I am with blunts. This is my third pack of blunts, and I think I have like maybe one more left or maybe zero left. So after I'm done with these 3 packs, I need to just not buy anymore because I literally bought 3 separate packs, and that's gonna become a habit. Like, I don't want to smoke 6 blunts. Like this. It's just too many. But yeah, I rolled up, and we're gonna smoke it. Look at my lighter. It has a zipper on it. How freaking slay. How freaking cool. Like, bitch. I'm that bitch. I'm that bitch because I motherfucking said so. Today was my grandma's birthday party. Not her birthday, like her actual birthday. It was her birthday party. I had to work today too, though. So I did work, got off around like almost 1:30. Headed home, got my husband and my dog and my cats. Like, I called my brother and I asked if him and his wife would be okay if I brought my animals because my brother has a newborn, and everything worked out. So yeah, I was able to bring my animals. So I brought my animals, and they got to see my grandma. They got to see my family. I like that for them. Whoa. I was like, something went wrong. This is my TikTok. What the hell? Yeah, you guys should definitely go follow me on TikTok. But we're gonna get right into it. We're gonna start looking up scary TikToks and see what we end up on. Last time they were a bit long, like some of the videos, so I'm gonna see if I could like try to avoid that. Oh yeah, back to scary talk. Now, I want scary talk, but I want to do like filters. Dang, I don't think I can do like filters really. Oh, I can. Okay. I wanted to do it so where they're not too long, because last time some of them were a bit long. You know what? If they're a bit long, they're a bit long. I'm sorry. If you want like someone more like professional and stuff, this is probably not the place. Because at first I'm getting high, and then I'm gonna react to scary videos as well. So it's like, where is the sense of direction in that? Anyways, let's just get started.
So imagine you making your daughter's bottle and you sit it down. So imagine you making your daughter's bottle and you sit it down on the countertop and it goes from one side to the next by itself. What's up, cousins? So yes, I'm back with story time. Let's not waste no time and let's get into it. For the story, we're gonna call her Desiree. So Desiree is pregnant at the time and her boyfriend is out house hunting looking for them a nice house because he's got a good job, making some good money. So they came across this 4-bedroom, 2-bath house, and they was actually remodeling the house. There was construction going on right then and there. So they knew, okay, once all this get done, this house gonna be fire. So as they see the construction people working on it.
Oh, don't know why it's buffering. It's a little rude. A little bit rude. Dang, I feel like if I was to get off, I don't think it would save, so I'm gonna just...
So imagine you making your daughter's bottle and you sit.
Because my husband's playing that game. I don't want
So
to take it off.
not waste no time and let's get into it. For the story, we're gonna call her Desiree.
He loves that game.
Desiree is pregnant at the time. Her boyfriend is out house hunting looking for them a nice house because he's got a good job, making some good money. So they came across this 4-bedroom, 2-bath house, and they was actually remodeling the house. There was construction going on right then and there. So they knew, okay, once all this get done, this house gonna be fire. So as they see the construction people working on the house, they end up making a stop and talking to them. And the construction workers end up giving them the owner's number. So they called the owners up. So the owner's like, hey, you give us a deposit, we'll save the house for you right now. So what they do next? Put the deposit down for that house. Let's not forget, Desiree is pregnant. Now, fast forward, she's giving birth. Now, the same day that she gives birth is the same day that the house owners called her boyfriend to tell him, hey, the house is ready, y'all can move in. So you know what her boyfriend did? Packed their ass up and moved them right on in that house while she was in the hospital. Desiree said she should have knew something was off with how cheap the rent was. So she gets out the hospital, she goes into the house, and she notices, damn, like, it's cold in here. Mind you, it's summertime, and she's in South Carolina. So she's like, why is it so cold? So she's cleaning the house from the top to the bottom, cleaning the windows, cleaning the floors, mopping.
See, that's already extremely weird because, you know, they say coldness equals ghost. So.
Doing the whole 9 while her baby daddy is at work. Boom, the second night comes, her daughter crying, she wants her bottle, so she goes in there to make her daughter a bottle. Now, after she gets done making the bottle, she places the bottle down on the countertop. The bottle moves from one side.
Sorry, it's just that the title of this is so crazy. The house I moved into.
To the other side of the
What the heck? It's not doing the thing. Whatever. The house I moved into unalived my daughter.
Like literally, she did not believe it. So she ended up taking a napkin and wiping the excess milk from the bottle because she's thinking maybe it has something to do with the excess milk. Maybe it moved itself. Maybe she just had so many things going through her head because she just could not believe what just happened. So next, she set the bottle on top of the microwave, and what happened? The same thing. The bottle moved from where it was at to the other end of the microwave and then back where it started. Desiree was so scared at this point. She packed up that milk, she packed up that water, that bottle, and her daughter and went back into the living room because she said she was not going into any other part of that house until her boyfriend got home. He didn't get off work till 11 o'clock at night. And mind you, when all this is occurring, it's only 9 o'clock. Desiree had to use the bathroom so bad, but she did not care. She held it as long as she could because she said she was not going in any parts of that house. So when he got home, she told him what's going on, and he's like, nah, it ain't happen. You know, stuff like that don't happen to black people. So he did not believe anything that she was saying.
Wait.
So he ended up convincing her that, like, nah, it ain't happen. You know, stuff like that don't happen at this milk. She packed up that water, that bottle, and her daughter, and went back into the living room because she said she was not going into any other part of that house until her boyfriend got home.
So it was just the milk,
He didn't get
right?
home until 11 o'clock
Like just the milk
at night.
that was moving, right?
Mind you, when all this is occurring, it's only 9 o'clock. Desiree had to use the bathroom so bad.
Oh, but
she
it's
did
cold
not
too.
care. She held it as long as she could because she said she was not going in any part of that house. So when he got home, she told him what was going on, and he's like, nah, it ain't happening. You know, stuff like that don't happen to black people. So he did not believe anything that she was saying. So he ended up convincing
That's
her
crazy.
that she was tripping, that she was delusional, and whatever she thought that happened didn't happen, and she believed him. So the next day come, and her mother come over to help her get the house in order, you know, putting things up, unpacking stuff, just helping her because they only been in the house for 3 days, and mind you, she just had a little girl 5 days prior. So boom, all of that gets done. So Desiree's tired, she's laying down with her baby, just chilling. She hears the garage door open and shut, open and shut. So she's thinking, maybe it's her boyfriend going in and out the door. That's what she's thinking. So she gets up, she puts the baby down, she gets up. She goes see what's going on. However, no one's there. It's just her and her daughter. When she goes into the garage, she sees that her boyfriend isn't even in the house because his car isn't in the garage nor outside. So she's thinking, nah, like I'm tripping. And at this time, she didn't have a house phone and she did not have a cell phone. The only phone they had was her boyfriend phone. So she's scared at this point. So what she did was she took her behind back to her room with her daughter and she stayed in that room because she said she was not going in any other parts of that house. So he comes home, she's telling him her experiences that was happening that day. And once again, he does not believe her and he tells her she's tripping.
That's scary.
So fast forward, by this time, they done spent a week in this house. Now, the 8th day that they was in this house, when Desiree woke up, she woke up and found her daughter, her newborn daughter, unresponsive. She passed away.
My goodness.
Desiree strongly feels her daughter's unarriving has something to do with the house they moved into. So after her daughter passed away, she did not go back into the house. She ended up staying with her mom for about a month. So her and her boyfriend are trying to get some things together to figure out what they're going to do because they just moved in the house, which means they cannot break this lease. So after a month goes by, Desiree decides to move back in the house. Now, she only felt comfortable, some type of comfort moving back into the house is if his brother and his sister, her boyfriend, brother, and sister moved into the house as well. That way, she wasn't alone whenever her boyfriend goes to work. So everything ended up working out because the boyfriend, sister, and brother needed somewhere to stay anyway. So Desiree moves back into the house. Now, her and her boyfriend is just chilling on the couch, they're just watching TV, just talking and communicating, you know, trying to get through a tough time. Now, as they're talking, they see an orb come out of the floor with their deceased daughter's face on it.
My goodness.
She said the orb came out of the floor and left out of the house. Her and her baby daddy looked at each other and said, "Did you just see that?" So 2 days later, after this happened, she said her baby father came to her and told her that he cheated on her while she was pregnant with their daughter that just passed away. And not only did he just cheat on her, he cheated on her with her own sister. Now in the past, Desiree did ask
so
him,
sad.
was anything going on between him and one of her sisters, and he denied it. She asked him
So
that
sad.
while she was pregnant, and he just denied it, and guess what? Denied it. Her boyfriend stated that after their daughter passed away and after seeing the orb with her face on it, he just felt like he had to come clean. So now Desiree is feeling another heartbreak on top of another heartbreak. Now before, the sister and the brother was staying with Desiree's sister, the one that he cheated with. So everyone knew except Desiree. So she tells her boyfriend he has to go stay at his mama's house. So she said after that had happened, she's doing laundry and she hear Ronnie going up and down the stairs while she's crying, doing her laundry. She was so scared at that point, she ran out of that washroom. Mind you, she's there by herself because she just told her boyfriend to go back to his mama's house. So she's extremely scared. She got the rest of her kids, she went into her room and she said she cried all night. Now the next morning when she woke up, she said she put her kids in the playroom and she went down to go finish the laundry. After she got done with the laundry, she ended up walking around her house and speaking to whatever this thing was and saying, I mean no harm. Whoever you are, we can coexist. Just please stop scaring me. She said as soon as she said that, she heard stumping going around the attic. She said it was nothing in this attic but a fan, but all you kept hearing was stumping, stumping, stumping. So she calls her mom. Her mom comes over and asks her what's wrong. But she's telling her mom everything that's happened. So the mom is like, well, what you gonna do? Because you can't live with me, because she already had her other sisters living with her, and the sisters are pregnant. Now, remember, the boyfriend, sister, and brother was to move into that house. However, they didn't live there at the moment. They was moving in a week later. So Desiree asked her mom, could she just stay with her for a week until the brother and sisters get to the house, so she won't be there alone. So the mom agrees. Desiree will live with her mom for a week. A week passes by. The brother and sister moves into her house. And Desiree goes back to her home. So Desiree and the sister is sitting down talking, having a conversation. Then they hear something in the attic. Now, Desiree said she heard it, but she didn't say anything because she wanted to see if the sister was going to say anything. The sister did say something and asked her, did she hear that? Desiree said yes. Remember the fan that was in the attic? Like one of the fans you just plug up that you can buy from like Walmart, Family Dollar? That fan was sliding back and forth across the floor. The sister asks, how is it moving? Desiree told her, well, it's a ghost in here. And the sister's like, what do you mean it's a ghost? Desiree said, well, I've been
This is
to the
crazy.
house, the ghost in here.
Sorry. Also, shout out to all the creators, and you can like read their usernames. Look at the videos.
No one wants to believe me. So both of them went and grabbed the Bible, walked around the house praying and saying certain verses from the Bible. So after going around the house with the Bible, Desiree did say, okay, the activity in the house calmed down, so she felt like it worked. Until it didn't, because that was short-lived. However, I am running out of time. I will be back for part 2 on this. If you have any stories that you want to submit, please DM them to me or email it to the email that's in my bio.
Damn.
So imagine you make...
I want to know what happened.
What's up, cousins? So I'm back for part 2 of Desiree's story. Okay, so after they got there reading the Bible
It's
verses,
so good, but it gets to my nose.
and she did say the activity in the house did calm down,
Water
so she felt
melons.
like, okay, maybe this worked. Until it didn't. So her birthday is coming up. Her birthday's on a Thursday. She go out, she have a good time. Friday comes around, her and her boyfriend get into a big fight in the home. He beats Desiree in the face to where she has 2 black eyes, a concussion, and he almost dislocated her jaw. She ended up in the hospital the day after her birthday. But she said that a woman came and visited her. She was short, she was pale, she had long black hair, but she did not understand what she was seeing, and she didn't even know who the lady was. Now, mind you, this is before she even gets to the hospital. So she's riding in an ambulance, and the lady gets in the ambulance with her, the lady that she's seeing, and she's confused because Desiree knows she's knocked out, but she's not understanding why she sees this woman and wondering why no one else sees this woman. So after she gained consciousness and comes back to herself, she tells her mom what she saw. Her mom said that that was her mother, which would have been Desiree's grandmother, whose mom said that that was her mother, which would have been Desiree's grandmother, who's deceased. Okay, so fast forward, she's in the hospital, and the doctors and the nurses is asking her, like, hey, did you and someone get into an altercation? And she's like, no, it was an accident. So after she been healed up enough, she leaves the hospital and she go back home. And she go back home and she's looking at herself in the bathroom mirror. She sees 2 black eyes, her nose is all red and bruised up. And she said, as she's looking into the mirror, she see the bathroom shower curtain behind her swaying back and forth. So she pulls the shower curtain back, and of course, no one's there. She's not surprised. Desiree is aggravated and agitated at this point because she has a concussion, the way she looks, she can't go to sleep, and she's dealing with this ghost. So she asks the ghost, why do you keep bothering me? She said this is the first time this thing ever talked back to her, and it told her to go. She said, and guess what she did? She didn't go. She didn't. And she said she should have. She should have left, but she didn't. After Desiree heard the voice, she didn't even run. She actually walked outside and sat outside because she was just so drained. She has 2 black eyes. She can't call her boyfriend because of the altercation they just got in. She cannot call her brother's sister because she actually heard what they were saying over her body, thinking her body was lifeless. And they thought that they thought she could not hear them because she was unconscious. However, she said she heard every single thing they said and was trained to do. She couldn't call her mom because the mom didn't even know she had 2 black eyes. So even after all of this going on, she still decided to stay in the house where paranormal things still occurred and got worse and worse, and even started messing with the sister and brother. Now, if you guys have any stories that you want to submit, make sure that you guys DM them to me, or you can submit it to the email that's in my bio. Okay? What's up, cuz?
Crazy.
Whenever somebody tells me that they don't believe in the paranormal, the first thing I'll usually ask them is what they think about the footage from inside the Watts family home right after Chris Watts murdered his wife and his children. Because I've seen a lot of paranormal footage that can easily be used, but I have never seen anybody being able to tell them. I'll show you these. At first, I thought
Hinata. Come here. Mama. 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 Come here. It's okay. It's okay. Come here. Hinata. Sit. 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 It's okay.
it wasn't fair that Chris Watts got life in prison rather than the death penalty. But after I found out that he's being
Hinata. Shh. Come here. Come here. Come here. Hinata. Come here. Come here. Come here.
by his wife and his children that he murdered, 100%. That is absolutely the punishment that he deserved. Last year, he even came out and said that he's been seeing the spirits of his dead children in his cell. He is absolutely being haunted, and I love that for him.
Yes.
What? What the heck?
Yeah, it sounded like a kid's boy. Something. There was. I heard it. I did.
Hinata. Hinata. Come here. Come here. Sit. Sit. Hinata. Sit. 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 Shh.
Does she work? Yeah, she works from home. Oh, from home? She works missing for the lifeline. Yeah, that thing comes back. Now it's going to start. They were shut down? Yeah. 131, 80, thank you.
What the heck? So he's like, he faked text to her. I like have seen this case before. I just didn't remember that like specific part. It's crazy.
Whenever somebody tells me that they don't believe in the
Because I have it on video, you don't even need to hear me out on this one. I can show you.
Whenever somebody tells me that they don't believe in the paranormal, the first thing I'll usually ask
Because I have it on video, you don't even need to hear me out on this one. I can show you. We have on video this man screaming and laughing and barking at us to get out of the woods, in which we did. For those of you who are new here and don't know what the Moon Pie Project is, it is a YouTube channel that I started for my future kids and younger siblings for after they leave high school. It's about life lessons. But at the end of every life lesson, we go on like a spooky tour or haunt or or investigate ghosts or conspiracy theory to take the edge off, and it's always related to the life lesson. And in this particular episode, the life lesson is certain emotions before you allow them to affect the other people in your life. And one of my friends was like, you know what?
Hinata, sit. Sit. Shh.
The haunt at the end of that lesson, Skinwalker. Now, I'm Obalala Sioux. I was born and raised with the Native American traditions and spiritual beliefs of my tribe. However, the way that he was pitching it was I was sold on it. He was like, those things target specifically people that are not right in the head, right? It was like more or less like weak-minded, like states. That's when you're vulnerable. That's when they, come out. So after this life lesson in this episode, what we did is we went to a trail that is illegal to go on because people keep on dying here. It's trespassing. It's you pay a big. Like, you are not supposed to be on this trail. It is gated up as much as it possibly can be, except for the parts that they can't gate up because it is deep in the woods. And they figured, no one's gonna hike up this waterfall to get onto this trail that you were not allowed to be on because of all of the bodies that keep showing up. Me, I did. I went up the waterfall. Me and my friend particularly, and we brought them by. We bought a little box of them to eat because which came in handy. Now we came at like 6 o'clock at night, just before the sun started to set, just so it was still bright out. It was late, but it was still bright out. Didn't matter. As I'm talking in one of the clips, a porcupine starts chasing us up further into the waterfall and past this trail, past the gated part, the part you're not supposed to be on. It was protecting its babies, but it wouldn't let us leave. So where we snuck in from, we couldn't get back to because this thing was sitting there, like growling at us. It didn't want us there.
No, I woke up in the middle of the night when I'm hearing voices and this is up until I woke up.
Because I have it on video, you don't even need to hear me out on this.
Oh,
one.
this has video proof
before the sun
actually.
started to set, just so it was it was still bright out. It was late, but it was still bright out. Didn't matter. As I'm talking in one of the clips, a porcupine starts chasing us up further into the waterfall and past this trail, past the gated part, the part you're not supposed to be on. It was protecting its babies, but it wouldn't let us leave. So where we snuck in from, we couldn't get back to because this thing was sitting there, like growling at us. It didn't want us there because the babies were there, obviously. So we're sitting there, and by the way, I came there to scout it the day prior with that friend who had initially pitched the idea of looking for the thing. So I already knew where we were going. As we get up this waterfall, there are printed out pictures on video. I'll put them here. Printed out pictures, like ritualistic black and white weird photos, and also burnt newspapers that were not there the day before. And my friend is recording the porcupine. I'm recording these. My phone dies. When she's recording the porcupine, her phone's on like 3%. Really, it gets drained really quickly. We decide this is enough, or I decide this is enough. And she's like, we should go now. I'm like, yeah, okay, that's fine. Let's start walking back down. As we're walking down the trail, she's like really urging me, and her voice is really shaking. She's like, we should really go, because this porcupine finally decided to get the fuck out of her way. So as we're going down, I'm so confused as to why she's being so urgent. She's like, we need to get back to the car. We need to stop fooling around. It's getting dark. It's dark out now. Like that nice blue hour when the sun has just set and you can't see in front of you, especially when you're in the woods with a phone that's dead and a phone that's unforced and you can't turn the flash on and you're still trying to record. So at this moment is why I realized she was so shaky. My friend is great in situations like this. When she hears something in the woods, she makes sure that they don't know that she knows that they are there, and she's very calm. She's like, let's walk to the car. Let's walk to the car. We're gonna be calm. We're not gonna act like we know anything is going on. So when I finally heard it, I wasn't calm. What I heard was a dog. I'm scared of dogs. Dogs freak me the fuck out. So I heard a big dog, like something like, it sounded like they were attacking a person or big, like a Great Bernese, Pyrenees, like Rottweiler, like it was a big, it was a Chihuahua, and it was coming from behind us, from the trail that you cannot legally go on and nobody goes on because of the amount of bodies that end up there. It's right off the Appalachia. So I was running. I was like, oh, I'm this dog. I can't do dogs. No. She's like, it's not a dog. It's not a dog. And I was like, what are you talking about? And then I heard it. I heard what she was hearing and what the camera was hearing the entire time I was messing around. It was a man. It was a man. It was a man barking or pretending to bark I thought it was a man yelling for this dog, like that was his dog. Like there was other people on the trail they weren't supposed to be on. Maybe he got lost. Maybe he got turned around because nobody goes up there. And then I realized this man and this dog weren't happening in like congruence. They weren't happening at the same time. Usually the dog was barking or this man was yelling. And he wasn't yelling words. This voice was not yelling words. It was all like whatever sound your dad makes at 6 o'clock in the morning when he's clearing out all of his lungs. That sound amplified by 10. So once I heard that, I was like, oh, we gotta go. Please, let's start running. She's like, take this knife. My phone just died. Please take the knife. So we take the knife. I'm like, shaking. She's like, we're just gonna walk. We can't let her know that we know it's here. We're just gonna walk. We're gonna walk to the car. So I have my keys out, like fumbling with them, shaking with them. I'm trying to like go back to the car. I can't see anything. And we start hearing this guy. He's getting closer. He was coming from the trail. The trail behind us, the one you're not supposed to go on. He was following us out of it.
That's crazy. So that means it followed them there and followed them back. It followed them all the way up and all the way back. It was stalking them the entire day.
Reservoir where the waterfall goes into off the trail that you're not supposed to be on, and like it's a whole bridge and it's a whole thing. You gotta go up the stairs. I'm like fumbling to get I can't get it unlocked. And now we hear it on the stairs about 100 feet behind us. I finally get it in. I get in, we lock the doors, we speed away, and we have to get to this trail. You have to go over this really, really big, really long bridge. It's like an old bridge. Like drive over this old like train bridge. So the train doesn't go on anymore. It used to be a railroad. We have to get over that. So we get on it, we're speeding away, and the only problem with this whole story is that while we're in the woods on video, you can hear me say, come get my friend's full first, middle, and last name, because I was fucking around. I didn't think we'd actually see it. I didn't think we'd see ritualistic photos. I didn't think we'd see burned newspapers. I didn't think a porcupine was going to chase us in the woods. I didn't think any of this was going to happen. So to this day, my friend still said that she swears, because we
That's
live
crazy.
in these mountains. She swears.
She swears that she still hears knocking and voices outside of the middle of her house. She lives in a more suburban part and is in the woods. Okay. Non-copyright.
Voices underneath the floor. Voices underneath.
Because I have it on
Hell, I woke up in the middle of the night.
Wait, she didn't even show the video. What the?
This
Whatever.
down into like the reservoir.
Hell, I woke up in the middle of the night last night hearing voices underneath the floor. Voices underneath my bedroom floor. I came out here to water my plants here a little while ago. And check this out. Bedroom right there. And this is up there. Multiple voices underneath the floor. It sounded like a conversation. It was muffled, distorted, warbled. Sounded like the parents in the Peanuts cartoon. I just didn't think anything of it.
My goal is to cry. When I cry, that means I get extremely scared. Fun fact about me: like if I get extremely scared, I cry not because I'm sad, but because I'm extremely scared. Like tears just literally start falling and I don't know why. So yeah.
Gosh dang. Is that a cobweb on the freaking camera? Get off there. Are we not done down here, I guess? Oh, I woke up.
I guess it was just spiders. I don't know.
Let me give y'all a story time about a time that I encountered what I believe to not be a real person. And when I say not a real person, I believe that this person was not amongst the land of the living. Or I don't know. I don't think that she was a person. So I think that she was an entity. Or there was an entity inside of her.
That's
And
crazy.
so let me explain myself. If you don't believe in a supernatural realm or a realm outside of what you're living in now, then this video might be hard for you to grasp. So maybe about maybe March, April. It was April. I had been going through a lot. I had been really sick, in and out of the hospital, just battling a lot. And I felt like I was like under spiritual attack because every time I went to the hospital, they were having trouble finding things.
You know, it was just like a lot of back and forth, and it was just like so. The attack was so great. It just I felt like it was just not of this realm. Like you ever go through something so crazy, so traumatic that you're like, God, this don't even make no sense. The stuff that's happening don't even make sense. Like that's where I was at that point in my life. So this one particular night, I had been having some issues. I had been out of the hospital, but I was feeling better. But my mom came down to stay with me. She came down from out of town to be with me. So I was coming from work, and I worked out of town, so I was like maybe 3 hours away, and I was finishing up a contract. So this particular night, I was on my way home, and I called my mom. I was like, "Hey, do you need anything from the store before I get home? Because I gotta pass the store anyway." Now, this store by my house, at that point, I had never been inside of the physical store, but I would always get gas at the pumps, like because they have tap to pay, so I never had to physically go in. But this night, my mom was like, "No, it's fine," and she was like, "Well, you know what? You can stop and get me such and such." So I pulled up to the store. When I pulled up, I immediately noticed that it had to be about almost 10 o'clock at night. There was not a lot of people in the store. There was the clerk, there was one person at the counter playing lottery, and there was myself, and then there was a young lady in the store. Now, I went up to in my mind, I was like, well, let me scan the store and see if there's anything that I would like. Like, if I see a snack, I'm going to get it. So I just did a quick little 1, 2 throughout the store. I didn't see anything. I was already tired from driving, so I turned around from the cooler to get ready to make my way toward the checkout counter. And in the aisle behind me, maybe about 5 feet away from me, there was a Caucasian girl. And when I turned around to her, she was facing me. She had nothing in her hands. She didn't appear to be shopping. I can't even put an age on her, guys. You know how normally you can guess about a person's age or maybe generalize them and say she was a young girl, she was an older lady, she was middle aged. I couldn't put age on her at all. When I turned around to her, she when I turned around to look at her, she might have been about my height. She had shoulder length strawberry blonde hair, like it was like a red. It wasn't strawberry blonde. It was the reddish brown looking hair. It was about right here, and her face was ghostly pale. And I'm not one to judge off appearance because I'm a nurse. I've been a nurse for a long time, so I know that there are illnesses that can affect a person's appearance. This was not like that, y'all. This was nothing like I had seen before. She was the color of this binder. Her face was the color of this binder, but not in a skin texture way. Her face had a kind of almost textured look, like a flaky, floury, ill look. But that wasn't it. That wasn't what did
That's
it.
scary.
When I turned around, she said, her, we locked eyes. Okay, when I turned around, we locked eyes because she started speaking to me. Her head was positioned in a very unnatural way. She was like, "You're so pretty." And when we locked eyes, my heart dropped. I had a feeling of dread, of fear that consumed me. And she was giving me a
That is so
compliment, but
scary.
everything about her gave unnatural. Everything about her gave unreal.
Like,
Her
I'm
head
like
that was
shake.
tilted to the side, this the way it
Sure.
cocked this way when she spoke to me. Her face was pale. It looked like she was sick. Her lips were like a strawberry, like a cherry red. Her eyes were like a greenish brown. But it was everything about her body movements, everything about her tone, everything about the way she looked at me that scared me. My heart dropped, y'all, and I'm gonna tell you exactly who she looked like. I don't know if you guys remember the movie The Exorcist, the original one. She looked exactly like the little girl that was sick in that movie. And I don't watch scary movies. I don't bring scary movies to my house. This is a movie that I saw as a child that I probably watched with my cousins growing up. That's how I was able to identify.
That's
And so I
scary.
said thank you, and I made my way to the counter. When I went to the counter, she didn't continue. I don't even know what she did behind me. I made my way to the counter and I checked out. I got in my car and I was so scared, y'all. I turned around and checked my back seat. I looked in the back seat. This is how scared I was. And as I'm backing out of the parking lot, the convenience stores, they have glass panes. So I'm driving really slow, looking like to see, is she checking out? And I saw her sweatshirt briefly in the store, but I didn't see it anymore. And then I looked at the cars, like I'm trying to make sense of this. I'm looking at the cars, like what kind of car could this young old lady be driving? Like, because she wasn't old enough to where she was just hanging out in the convenience store. She wasn't hanging out. There was nobody. It's not a convenience store. People loiter. She wasn't young enough to just be in there just doing nothing. She would have had a purpose. But I never saw her anymore. Like I saw her sweatshirt, but then it's like she turned around from the counter again. But y'all, when my husband called me, I said, "Can I tell you something?" He said, "What?" I said, "I think I just saw a spirit." I said, everything in me feels like she was not real. I said, in the energy shift that I felt when I locked eyes with her, I'm terrified. I was scared driving home. When I got to my house, I told my mom about it, and my mom immediately said, she said, Meek, she said, that wasn't a person. She said, that was a spirit. She said, and if she was a real person, God allowed you to see the spirit that was operating in her, or a demonic entity that was in her. Pause, y'all.
That's so scary.
I told y'all that I had been battling a sickness that month. So that morning on my way to work, I was listening to my prayer, my worship. I was listening to a sermon, and at the end of it, I was praying, and I was asking God to reveal to me what was going on around me. And I said this prayer, like, reveal to me the spirits inside of people, like, allow them to expose themselves, you know, just because I just wanted clarity about the people that I was around and that was in my space, because I was just going through so much. Fast forward to this encounter, I had forgotten that I even prayed that prayer until my mom brought it back to me. She was like, and if it was a person, God maybe just allowed you to see the demonic entity that was operating on that person.
Crazy.
Y'all, I don't know if y'all believe me or not. I don't know if y'all have
I
ever
believe her.
experienced this or
That's
felt this
scary.
way
What the
or
hell?
not. Listen, everything in me tells me that I didn't encounter a real person, that she was not a real person. That was a spirit, that was an entity, that was something that God had allowed me to see
Should we
with my
look at?
spiritual eyes.
Should we click on
The
that?
fear that I felt, the dread that I felt when I locked eyes with her, I looked at her in my heart.
Oh dang.
I immediately felt panic, I felt scared, I felt like, this ain't right, she ain't right. Her body movements was very unnatural, her head was like this. She said, you're so pretty, and her head popped up like this. Her voice, she didn't look young enough to possess a voice that sounded so childlike. You're so pretty. That's her. I definitely believe that everybody walking the street with us is not amongst us. Let me know if y'all have
That's
ever
scary.
experienced anything like that. But that's just my story.
Hold on. That's so scary.
Alright, if you don't like real life ghost stories, then you're going to want to skip this video. But if you do, then stick around. When I was a kid, my father started dabbling with the occult. He joined a group of Rosicrucians, which is a witchcraft cult. And he would bring some items to the apartment where we lived in after work, and he would go into the bedroom, lock himself in.
I don't
if we were
need
in
that.
there,
I have the best stream.
have us leave. And he would perform some sort of ritual, or God knows what. We weren't allowed in. He didn't tell us what he was doing, but it was something to do with the witchcraft. Strange things started happening in the apartment, but eventually my mother left it, and we had to move in with family. And of course, we were very poor, so we all shared a bedroom. My mother and my sister slept in one bed. I slept in a smaller bed next to them. One night, I remember waking up at about 3 in the morning. I had been waking up at about 3 in the morning every night for a while, but on this particular night, I woke up and I was just laying there awake, and I had turned and I was facing my mother and sister's bed, when suddenly I see this blue light come out of my mother. This bright, brilliant, indescribable light that I've never seen before or since. When this light came up, it was like my mother laying there on the bed, and this thing just came up like this. It sat up. It was what you would call a ghost, a spirit, and it was my mother. Same hair, same face, same torso, arms, and because it was sitting there, the blue in her legs, it was still just sitting there, like inside her legs, but her torso, she kind of sat up on the bed with her arms back, like when you're about to get up out of bed, and it's staring forward, and I guess it sensed that I was looking at it, and so it turned to look to me. And when it looked at me, again, the visible appearance of it was identical to my mother, but there was something strange in her look. It didn't have the look that my mother gives. It didn't have that same stare, that same glare or look that my mother had. You know, when a loved one looks at you and they're not okay, anyway, it was off. It was foreign. It was strange, and it was looking at me almost as if it was confused as to why I was looking at it. It was confused that I was in its presence, almost as if it was strange to it that I was looking at her. And this freaked me out, of course, after a few seconds. And I guess after I absorbed it and processed it in my 5-year-old mind, I began to scream bloody murder. And it looked at me, it was still looking at me, and when I started to scream, it just kind of went, and it turned back forward, and it laid back down. One of the things that really stood out to me was, as bright and brilliant as this thing was, it wouldn't give off any light. It didn't give off light into the room, onto the wall, onto me. It was all contained there, and it was the most brilliant blue light. I've never seen anything like it before, anything like it since. It was a blue, almost like this color blue, but just imagine super bright. And so after it laid down and I started screaming, I jumped out of the bed and I went over to my mother's bed, and I was trying to find comfort in her, but she wasn't waking up. I was basically dancing and jumping around on the bed, and it roused my sister, my older sister, who was at the time 12, and she just kind of was like, "What's wrong? Go back to bed." And I guess she thought I was having a nightmare. The next morning, I go up to my mother, and she's getting ready for work. She worked at a restaurant, and I'm trying to tell her about what happened, and if she remembered what happened. And I said, "Mom, can I tell you something?" And she said, "Not now, mijo, I don't have time. I'm getting ready for work." I tried the next day, and apparently I tried for about 2 weeks, my mother recounts, because after about 2 weeks of me going up to her saying, "Mom, I gotta tell you something," it hit her, and she said, "Okay, what's wrong with this kid? Something's on his mind, and he needs to tell me something. I better pay attention." And so I recounted the story that I just told you, and she had zero recollection of this. And that was strange. And she asked me to tell it to her more than once. Over the next, few weeks, she was just shocked. She told family about it, and the story didn't change because it's a memory. It's not a story. So even years later, we remember this. This is one of the things that stood out. These things, when you're dabbling with things like witchcraft, these kinds of things will follow you around for years. This is one of many experiences. So if you're interested in hearing more about this, let me know, drop a comment, let me know what you think about what I just told you about, and tell me if that would freak you out. Alright, if you don't like real life ghost stories, then you're going to want to skip this video, but if you do, then stick around. When I was a kid,
Anytime I think of this story that happened to me, I get full body chills, so I just have to give you guys a story time.
Alright,
Anytime I think of this story that happened to me, I get full body chills, so I just have to give you guys a story time. Let's start off by saying that I am not somebody who believes in paranormal activity, ghosts, or anything like that. Just like not my thing. I'm Catholic, I grew up Catholic, and just like I'm not into it, okay? And you know what? Feel free to tell me that I'm being dramatic. I don't want to believe that this is anything of that sort. I'm good. I'm not the one, okay? I'm seriously not the one. So if you guys think that I'm like being dramatic or whatever, you have some scientific backup for this, I want to hear it. And I do have videos to prove. Let me just give you guys a quick background story. It was my fiance's birthday. He was my boyfriend at the time. Two-ish. We had a massive pool party for him at my mom's house. So I was living at my mom's house at the time. I wasn't living with him yet. And I got balloons for him for his birthday, obviously. There was one balloon that just said "Happy Birthday, Nat." It was like a helium balloon, I believe. It's like one of those like sequin ones. There's like confetti in it. So it's a couple days after the party, and the balloons are just chilling on the main floor. I want to say it's like 3-4 days after the party, and I am home alone. So I'm in my bedroom, nothing new. Reminder: the balloons have been in this house for like 3 days already. And please just take a look at what happens.
gosh, this literally just floated into my room. It literally just peeked its way through my door. It's coming back down towards me. Oh my gosh, I'm really scared.
And mind you guys, my mom's house has 5 bedrooms on the top floor, okay? And I was sending these Snapchats to my friends like in real time as it was happening, just because like I couldn't believe my eyes. I was literally like, how did this one balloon come to my bedroom? I'm the only one home. How did it come to my bedroom of all bedrooms? Like, my mom's house is super intricate. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just, it made absolutely no sense. The staircase is like on the other side of the house. There's 2 staircases to go up. There's walls, there's bends. It's just, it's literal insanity. But that's not even the most of it. Keep watching.
I'm petrified. I'm scared. Like, I'm really scared. I can't move. I'm still. Oh my gosh. It's like facing me. I feel like it's facing me now. The room. This balloon was in my kitchen. I'm too scared to get up right now. I'm scared to get up right now. Like,
And I know what you guys are probably thinking. Allegra, it could have just been the airflow of your house. And little me actually
It's good that the dog is not
a
scared.
bunch of different rooms just to see if it was airflow. But my family's just not like that. Like, we're not cranking up the AC. We have windows open. It's not that one.
update. I moved the balloon into my mom's closet, but I didn't shut the door completely. But that's like complete different flow from downstairs. So this is kind of like a test. If it comes back into my room, I'm moving out.
So here I am thinking, I'm never going to see that balloon again. Like, it's gone now. In the corner of my eye, there she is.
Guys, I moved it back down. Guys, I moved it back down. Guys, I moved it back down and it's coming back. I swear if it comes in here. Okay.
So weird.
Okay. This is my cue to leave. I'm out. I'm out of here.
That's so
I'm
weird.
out. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, we are going to begin. Guys.
Scary. Okay.
This is why your parents say do not bring just anybody in the house. Okay, so like about a month ago, I done met this boy off Instagram, and how we met was by him texting me and saying, you know, like, you're cute, are you single, you know, like, I'm trying to, you know, talk to you. And you know me, I'm just like, we could be friends, like, we could be cool, like, I'm not looking for nothing right now. I get my number, we're just talking, texting, you know, just on a cool thing, because we're friends, right? Right. So before we link up, y'all know that I pop God into everything, like, in everything I speak about God, like, you're gonna hear God at least one time out of me. But we were just talking on the phone this one night, and I'm like God, do you like God? And he's like, oh, my grandma do, but I don't really get into that shit. You don't get into what? Okay, that's cool. I mean, it's not cool, but like, okay, like, not all people really, you know, yeah, so it's just like, and I don't want to be that type of person that's just like, oh, you sound like this, or, you know. So I was just like, oh, okay. And he's like, but I fuck with him. What? This is not no rapper. That should have been my first little red flag, but you know, he wasn't going to be my boyfriend, so it was really just like, okay, like, yeah, he's just somebody that's like a friend or somebody that I'm temporarily talking to, so it shouldn't really matter to me, but it definitely does matter. Yo, and it's like a cool little friendship. Like, he buying food for me, like, he's good morning, good night work, sleeping on the phone, like, it's a cool little, yeah. So like a week later, he say, okay, like, I want to link with you. And I'm like, all right, cool, because, you know, I want to link with him too. Like, we cool, like, so I want to link with you. It was just one day that we were supposed to link, but apparently we didn't because I got tired, I guess, and so we didn't link that day. But the next day we actually did link. Originally we were supposed to go downtown, and then he was gonna come back with us to the house and swim and eat, but that didn't happen. I went downtown with my sisters. He was home, and then I just Ubered him to my house. Mind you, this is our first time linking, okay? So I Ubered him to the house. We're downstairs. My dog travels downstairs because my dog is in my room. He travels downstairs and he sees him. And my dog, mind you, my dog is a little Chihuahua dog. So like he's a long-haired Chihuahua, so he don't bark though. Like he used to bark when we first got him. He used to bark at all men. Like it was just men, strictly men. But now he don't even bark at, you know, because he don't even bark at my boyfriend. When my boyfriend came over, he don't even bark at. So it's like he's not really scared of men anymore. You know what I mean? Okay. So my dog sees him, and my dog is literally screaming at him. I mean, like, not, no, it's not barking. It's literally screaming. Okay, it's exactly what I just said. So he's screaming, and I'm just like, I turn to the dude, and I'm like, what's on you? Like, why is my dog doing this? And he's like, I don't know, shit. Like, he probably spilled my dog on me. Okay. I turn to the dude again, and I'm like, okay, like, what is really on you? Because my dog do not do this to nobody. Yes, when we first got him, he was barking at men, but for one, he wasn't barking. He was screaming. And two, it's past the year, so he's not really scared of him because, you know, he's protected in his house. Though my boyfriend has 2 dogs, and my dog loves my boyfriend, so it's really just like, okay, like what's on you? So we're downstairs cooking. Then eventually we go upstairs to my room, and we're just chilling. My dog comes in here, he's screaming again, and he's screaming, and he's doing it consistently.
I'm gonna take a
like,
hit
like
of the blunt with ice.
Screaming,
Just with
like,
ice in my mouth.
I never seen my dog. I can literally show you my dog right now, but he's sleeping now. But the dog is little like he's a Chihuahua, but he don't do. After I asked him, like, y'all hear the church musical right now? Yeah. So after I asked him, like, what's on you, like, what's to you, like, is there something you need to tell me? He's like, what? And he's still saying, like, it's probably my dogs that he's feeling me. Okay. I think I cut him off because I had started talking back with my ex. So we didn't speak for like, I want to say like 4 to 5 days maybe. And then me and my ex stopped talking again. So then I talked to him. I texted him again. And I called him. I'm like, see, look, this what happened. Like, I was talking to my ex again as to why I stopped talking to you. On that same phone call of me not texting and talking to him for a little bit, I got it back into the, the little conversation. And I'm like, I don't know how we get there, but we get there, okay? I was like, I fear God. Like, I'm scared. Like everybody on this earth, nobody scared me but God. Like, I fear God, literally. He's like, I don't fear him. I don't fear him. He said, I'm not even scared of him. You're not scared of who? Who are you not scared of? Boy, you better be scared of him. I don't care what you're talking about. I don't even care if you never seen that, felt nothing. You better be scared of him, and you better be scared of him now, from now on, because why are you speaking like that? So as he's saying that, I turn in my head, and I'm just like, yeah, like, I gotta hang up on you. And he's like, it's okay, you can hang up. And I did, I definitely did. And then like 10 minutes later, he texts me talking about some good night scary. Hell no, boy, don't text my phone. Don't text my phone. Oh, don't text my phone. Yo, he looked like y'all know Big Mouth? He looked like the devil one. I promise, just black. I'm not even playing like. Yeah. Is there a devil? I don't know, but the teeth, face, I don't know. So yeah, I have not texted him back after that little message that he sent me. Cool. And we ain't texted since then. Okay, so on my mirror in my room, I had this small little suction car magnet thing that is from TikTok. And it's just on my mirror, okay? Suction cupped up there, right? And it's been up there since April. And it has a little portrait of myself on the magnet. It's like a magnet of me, you know what I mean? And it's just up there. And it's been up there, and I haven't took it down. And I press play on it, and it's cool, it's fine. Y'all, why just like last week, it falls down, and I'm not talking about my magnet, I'm talking about my whole suction thing.
I want a
falls down
magnet of me and
after
my
it has not
husband. I
been
didn't know you could do
moved
that. What?
since. And it's been cool up there. Then just recently, I went in the bathroom. Lights. I turned the light on to check something on my face. I turn the light off. Why something want to fall? I didn't close the door, no nothing. Then my sister said that she seen the curtain rattle. This is why your parents say do not bring just anybody in the house. Okay, so like about a month ago, I done met this boy off Instagram, and how we met was by him texting me and.
Okay, really quickly.
Because
Whenever somebody
Wait, sorry. I liked that story. Let me look it.
This is why.
Really quickly, let me just go through all of these
So imagine you making it
ads
on this vinyl,
of the
and you sit it
stories.
down on the countertop and
We'll go through all their ads so you can like see their ads, and if you want to see other stories or other content for them, the ones I went through, just
whenever
because
somebody tells me that they
I don't know if you'll be able to find it based off of like
in the paranormal.
because I have it on.
like the username.
You don't know.
So
Maybe I was story time about it.
just do a quick little show you their
All right,
page
if you-
so you can like see their ad really quick.
Anytime I think of this
You can see more of their stuff, you know.
This is why.
So yeah.
crazy things I've seen on the internet today.
The Kentucky Organ Donor Affiliates, otherwise known as CODA, tried to have a man's organs taken out of his body for organ donation, even though a surgeon said that this person is alive, and now they're
What?
being federally investigated. It's insane because I was actually just talking with a friend this weekend about why I am not an organ donor, and they looked at me like I'm crazy. A lot of people look at me like I'm crazy when I say, hell no, you are not taking my organs, because this shit happens quite often. This man named TJ Hoover, he was declared brain dead in 2021. His sister said that the doctors attempted to harvest his organs while he was still showing signs of life. His eyes were open and tracking movement during his honor walk when family members gathered to say goodbye before organ donation surgery. Approximately 45 minutes after TJ was taken into the operating room, the sister said that a doctor informed the family they had stopped the procedure. A surgical preservationist that was there said that he was moving a lot and thrashing. This surgical preservationist, Natasha Miller, is the
That's
one
not
that
okay.
said that CODA wanted to continue with the surgery, even though the declaring physician believed he showed too many signs of life to continue with the surgery.
So
And now
someone
hospital staff are saying that he should
someone
have
still
never
wanted
been
to keep
declared
going. What
brain
the
dead at all. And the fact that he was taken into the cardiac cath lab, paralyzed and sedated, and moved on with OR was actually euthanasia. Now, yes, Kentucky is being federally investigated for this, but so is Southwest Ohio and West Virginia. During the Biden administration, there was an investigation that was open on organ procurement organizations across the United States. They did a review of 351 uncompleted organ donation cases, found 103 with troubling issues, including 73 patients showing neurological signs incompatible with organ donation, and at least 28 patients may have not been deceased when organ procurement began.
Crazy things I've seen on the internet today.
The Kentucky Organ Donor
That
Affiliates,
is
otherwise known as
insane.
CODA, tried to.
And that is why I am not one of those. I'm sorry. I know it's great and all to organ donate. I used to donate blood, but then because I had, a blood disorder, TTP, I got on the no donate list, which I don't know. I feel like it's a bit messed up. But yeah, they literally put me on the they freaking put me on the no donate list, or the do not donate, whatever. That's insane. Like, I literally got put on a list, so I cannot donate blood because I had a blood disorder.
Currently home watching my TV. My dudes, my master right over there. What the fuck is this? So like I said, I'm watching this bullshit. As if that's not freaky enough. At midnight, home alone. What's really creeping me out is the fact that there is a mask on my fridge. Here, let me zoom. That's not my mask. My mask is behind me. So I don't know who put that mask in. Bro,
Well,
what
that's
the
so
fuck?
weird.
Where'd the fucking mask go? So I'm currently home watching my TV. My dudes, my master right over there. What the fuck is this? So like I said, I'm watching this bullshit. As if that's not freaky enough. At midnight, home alone. What's really creeping me out is the fact that there is a mask on my fridge. Here, let me zoom. That's not my mask.
That's
my mask
extremely
is behind
creepy.
me. I don't know who put that mask in. Bro.
Oh.
So I'm currently home
Oh. Hopefully you can see the ad. You can
When
just
I say
pause,
it's the scariest story I've ever read, I'm not joking. This story had me not sleeping and streaming a 24/7 stream of Bluey. That's how scared I was. So there's a guy and he's just got into a relationship with a girl that he is completely infatuated with. He says he's had relationships in the past, but there's something about this girl that he's drawn to. The moment he saw her, he fell in love with her. A couple of weeks in, he'd already planned that he was going to marry her. He wanted to be with her all the time, thought about her 24/7, wanted to call her 24/7. He was just obsessed. He said he'd never been a hopeless romantic before with past relationships, but with her, he just wanted her. Just everything about her, he was drawn in. He'd already planned out his proposal, their first date. They went on like a 3-hour hike. They had a cheeky kiss at the top of like the peak, and he knew that's where he was going to propose to her exactly a year to the day. He'd already picked out the ring. He was in love with her. However, there was one thing that he thought was drifting them apart. That was, he needed to close the gap. And that was, she never wanted to stay the night, either at her house or his house. It could be 3, 4 a.m. in the morning. As soon as one of them started drifting off, she'd be like, look, you've got to go, or she'd go. And it happened too many times, and he thought there's something that she's hiding from me. After a few months, he finally plucked up the courage to ask her. So while she was at his house, he said, is there a reason why you don't like falling asleep around me? Like, what's the issue? It takes him a bit of time to get the truth out of her, but eventually she admits that she's just started sleep talking and she's a bit embarrassed by it. And when he hears sleep talking, he's like, is that it? Like, my siblings used to sleep talk, I used to be in scouts, people used to sleep talk, like, I'm used to it. She quickly shuts him down and she's like, no, you don't understand. The stuff that I say is horrific. I say really nasty, vile things, and I don't want you to hear it. And this is when he admits to her that he's in love with her, and there is nothing that she can say or do that would ever make him change his feelings. And this reassures her, and eventually he just says, why don't you stay the night tonight? And if it gets bad, we can talk about it in the morning. It takes like a full bottle of wine to agree, but she's like, look, okay. And by the time it gets to bedtime, she says, look, if it does get bad, please do just go to the couch. She says to him, don't respond to me, and please don't wake me up, because when people have woken me up in the past, I get really angry and they say it's not me. And he's like, look, got it, noted. I won't reply to you, I won't wake you up, but you won't even bother me. Trust me, like, don't worry about it. So they both fall asleep, and after a few hours, he gets woken up and he has a feeling that someone's watching him. But then very quickly he remembers, my girlfriend's here, and he gets that warm fuzzy feeling because he's thinking about a girl that he's madly in love with, and he goes to put his arm over her shoulder, and she's not in bed. Her side of the bed is empty. So he quickly opens his eyes, and that's when he sees her looking down on him, and she says in a voice that he describes as being like really raspy and really aged. She says, I'll chew the skin off your bones.
What?
I'm sorry, what? You'll do what now? I'd be running out of that room so quickly. But my guy just falls asleep. He goes back to sleep and it's like, she does say some weird stuff, but you know, she's obviously having a weird dream. He drifts back off to sleep and he wakes up again, doesn't know how long's passed. And he says he can feel really hot breath on him, and this breath is rancid. It's like rotten eggs and dead animals, and it's breathing quite quickly in front of his face. And he says it feels like a dog is panting in front of him. And he knows that when he opens his eyes, all he's gonna see is his girlfriend. Eventually, something comes over him, and he opens his eyes, and he sees his girlfriend pretty much nose pressed to nose. You better go sleep in the lounge because you'll be dead by morning. I'd be leaving that apartment so fast. But, you know, my guy doesn't even question it. He's like, enough said. He creeps out of bed, he goes to the lounge, and as he's leaving the room, he starts hearing her laugh. Again, it's not her voice. He says it's aged, it's raspy, and he's shit scared. He goes to the couch, and that's where he can hear her saying his name. His name's Stephen. She goes, Stephen, come back. Stephen, I didn't mean to scare you. I told you it was bad, Stephen. But then in between her sentences, she would do this horrible, aged laugh. Stephen is basically rocking on this couch because he's thinking, why am I infatuated with this girl that has just said that she's going to kill me? And he's noticing, like, the more that he's replaying this voice in his head that isn't his girlfriend's, the less he's kind of like waking up, and he's like, why am I so in love with her? And he's trying to remember what's different about this girl than his other girlfriends, and he's like, but I don't know what's going on, she's just scaring me, and he's trying to snap himself out of it. And she's still trying to entice him back. She's saying, come back to the bedroom, with this awful cackly laugh in between. And then she's saying, why don't I come to you instead? Now, Stephen said even if he would have heard one footstep, he would have ran out of that apartment so quick, but luckily she never left. Instead, she starts saying, you're going to walk me up that hill, aren't you, Stephen? You're going to walk me up that hill and you're going to propose to me in exactly a year. I know you're going to do it, and I know you've already picked out the ring. In this weird, raspy voice. That's when he kind of realises that this thing that's speaking out of his girlfriend isn't his girlfriend, because how would she know that he's already planned the proposal? Exactly a year to the day as well. And then he starts to think, has she been possessed? Is something in her? And is he drawn to what's in her rather than his girlfriend? Because he says the way that he feels towards her is infatuation like he's never felt before. He spends the night on the sofa. The next morning, his girlfriend says, how was it? And he says, it was fine. He doesn't know how to tell his girlfriend. What would you do? Has anything like that ever happened to you? What do you think it is? Because that, terrifying. Just the thought of somebody standing over you, I'm gonna chew the skin off your bones. I'm sorry, what? You're gonna leave.
I'm gonna look up Don't Watch This Alone. Because those are like the scary ones.
5 moves to get to me.
This is a joke.
Oh. Oh my god. Something fell, right?
Yeah. Something right here.
And it just fell off? Okay.
Fell? That's not that. It flew off. There's no way it was here. You know how heavy this is.
I don't know.
Yes, it was sitting right here. Did you touch that?
She didn't touch it.
No. That's not. Maybe it was like. What?
Oh my god! Oh my god! You guys.
What the hell? That was so what was happening? Oh my god. What is
There appears to be someone by the poolside, just watching the family from a distance. However, they don't appear to be moving. While it might be that a guest was enjoying their evening by the pool, given that this dinner was taking place at a hotel, something about them seems strange. Zooming in, it looks like they're completely still, and seems like their mouth is the only part that's moving. The person recording this immediately stopped filming upon noticing this unusual behavior. Its pale complexion was already enough to spook them.
You have 5 moves to get to me.
Okay.
Don't watch this video alone at night, and if you do, don't come crying to me.
I
I'm a
love
spooky streamer, and these are
Loey,
my
so
top 3 horror
let's see.
games that I would recommend to you if you actually wanted to get scared from the game. For the bravest among you,
Oh,
I recommend Layers
it's
of
a
Fear.
game.
Inspired by the playable
Okay,
trailer.
I don't want to see the game. Sorry, I want to see like stories.
Just in case we die. Yep. Because, we watched this video on TikTok about how Lucifer has come to Earth 3 times, one on wildfires in Australia, one on the day Corona started, and one on 9/11. Saw his face in the smoke and the fire. And as soon as the video ended, all the power in the house went off, and we don't know what to do, because literally, this is what it looks like outside. Right, if you were here, make yourself known. This is a documentation of me and Chloe, just in case we die. Yep. Because, this is a documentation. Here.
Oh my god. Yeah, that one scares me. Yeah, that one scares me.
I'm not home right now. But
That one has tears in my eyes.
just
You know.
start talking at the sound of the tone.
Oh my god. That one scared me. Okay.
Here are my top weird horror movies that are going to make you feel uncomfortable. So honestly, watch these with a friend. Don't
Not a
experience these alone.
story. I want to hear like a story. Sorry, not horror movies. Stories.
Turn on my camera because there's something really scary going on in here right now. I'm in the hotel room, and I was laying here watching CNN, and that phone fell off its cradle, and I have no idea why. One of those cups right there fell off onto the floor down in here. I have no idea how that happened. It didn't fall out there where the light would hit. It fell, came down, went over and under the sink and landed right in here in this shadowy area. It's really freaking me out, so I decided to turn on I decided to turn on my phone because I can't figure out what's going on, and it's happened a couple times already. And I don't know. Oh crap! I know I got that. That's crazy. The phone's not even plugged in on the wall, but it's coming off its cradle by itself. I tell you guys, this stuff is really freaking me out. This cup is the one that fell and landed under here. I don't know why. I don't know why that's going on, but that's really, really freaky. Can you move something else again for me? Anything? Oh! I can't hear you. Can you maybe speak a little louder? my goodness. Okay, I know you're in here.
I'm
Want to know
a
what your name
little
is?
skeptical because what
And
if like
there's anything
he's
I can
pulling
do
it
to
with a
help you.
string? But I don't know.
Is there anything at all? Is there a place that you want to go to? A place that you need to be? Anything? Cool. Okay, it's freaking you out, but you're not really scary. If I open the door, will you leave? Because I really would like to get some sleep. I'm opening the door. You are welcome to leave. Can you move the phone again? Okay. Oh.
Crazy. I mean, maybe it's real. I don't know.
If you're in here, will you move the phone again? Will you move the hanger again? I decided to turn on my camera because
I think he might have left
there's
him alone.
something
I don't know.
really scary going on in here right now.
This is probably one of the scariest videos I've seen in a long time. So this is Noah. He was on a camping trip one night, and while he was on his way back from said camping trip, he decided to pull off the side of the road and catch some Z's. What ends up happening that night is something so chilling, something so horrifying that you guys probably need headphones for it.
I'm currently sleeping in the back of my truck right now. I don't even know what time it is. And there's someone walking around my truck right now. If you can hear that, it's pretty loud. He's been walking around for like 20 minutes already. He's touching my truck.
What the hell? That's so weird. What the hell? I'm like whispering, like I'm scared too.
He's literally touching my truck. How am I supposed to get in? He's literally looking. Looking in my truck. The canopy, the back door's already there. Just keep it wherever. I don't think he'll sit in it. There's anyone in here. I'm trying to see if he goes away eventually. We'll see. He's literally peeking through the door right now. I've never been this scared ever. So, the current time is 2:30 in the morning right now. I still walking around my truck. I'm trying to see if there's a flash my light to get him scared.
Now, from what I understand, the individual knocking on his doors and windows was only there for about an hour and a half, or something like that. But he did finally leave, and Noah was able to get out of there safe and sound. This is probably...
What is the creepiest thing your kid ever said?
When my daughter was 3, she came in my room in the middle of the night, woke me up and said, "Mommy, can you please get the little girl out of my room?" And I'm asleep, and I'm like, "What little girl?" She's like, "The little girl, she's jumping on my bed. She wants to play with me. She won't get out of my room." I'm like, "Oh, just sleep with me." So she slept with me. The next day, I didn't think anything of it. Then she comes to me and says, "I'm so sick of Daddy moving my toys around in my dollhouse. He comes in my room and plays with my dollhouse and moves them all around." I'm like, "I highly doubt your father's doing that. He probably banged into it by accident, making your bed or something." This went on for pretty much every morning. Somebody's rearranging my dollhouse. Didn't think anything of it at all. The only reason I thought of it was because one night, me and my husband coming from outside, and our oldest daughter comes and says, oh my gosh, Mom, Dad, the freakiest thing just happened. And we're like, what? And she's like, I came downstairs and Jen was in the kitchen. And then I see her walk by, so I walk to follow her in her room to see if she's okay. And I see her in her bed sleeping. But she was just walking. So I wanted to make sure that she wasn't tricking me. So, you know, I tried to wake her up, but she was sleeping. She wasn't joking. I think I saw a ghost. And I'm like, oh crap. Oh crap. Jennifer said there was a little girl in her room. I wonder, you know. So the next day I say to Jennifer, what does the little girl look like? And she said, she has long blonde hair, blue eyes, and she's white. She looks like me. Okay, because my daughter had long blonde hair, blue eyes, and I said, is she your age? And she said, no, she's younger than me. She's probably 2 or 3. Now my daughter was 4, maybe 4.5. So I'm like, holy crap. So, you know, I'm on the phone with my mom and my sisters, and I'm like, I'm freaking out, and I'm like, what the hell do I do? You know, and my sister reminds me, I trash picked that damn dollhouse, like, right when this whole thing started going. But you don't notice little things, right? I was like, oh my god, I brought a spirit into my house by trash picking this, like, handmade built dollhouse I thought was beautiful, like, oh. So, and that's the dollhouse the furniture was being arranged in. Her furniture, it didn't come with furniture, I just trash picked the dollhouse. Anyway, long story short, we ended up burning the dollhouse in the fire pit to try to get rid of the spirit. And then maybe 6 months later, my daughter comes to me and says, oh my gosh, Mom, we burned that little girl's dollhouse, and then she burned our house down. Because we were living in a hotel because our whole entire house burned down.
Oh my
Coincidence
gosh.
or creepy crawly? I have no idea.
That's so
What
scary.
is the creepiest thing your kid ever said?
This Airbnb is really cool. Like the closer I look, like it's a bit odd. There's some little odd pieces. It's a really pretty bathroom. It's the bedroom that, you know, is cause for concern. And mirror. And then I went to iron my clothes. And there's a secret entrance from the hallway. The door is right there. You can't see it. Hold on. There's a secret. Oh. That goes to the hallway. The washer machine is going off.
What the heck?
This air.
Do not watch this video at night. This will freak you out. In the photo behind me is a man named Cody. And while he was home by himself, he was starting to experience some very odd things. He was hearing noises, and it was pretty clear that he thought someone was in the house. And by the way, the footage that I'm about to show you was recorded by him. When he walked over to the bathroom, the lights were flickering. But not only were the lights flickering, but the faucet was on, so he turned the faucet off and left. At this point, Cody got pretty freaked out, so he went outside and called his wife and let her know what was happening. His wife insisted that he would stay outside, however, Cody decided to go back in and do some more filming. When he went back inside, the entire kitchen was a complete mess. Cupboards were open and things were thrown around as seen in this photo, and this right here is the clip of him first walking in. When Cody watched this clip back, he saw something absolutely terrifying in one of the frames. This is the still frame. Can you see it? This is what he saw looking out from the corner of his daughter's bedroom door. If I were Cody, I'd be selling my house and moving out immediately. Do not watch this video at night. This will...
That was not
Do
even
not
that
watch
scary,
this
though,
video at
but
night. This...
yeah.
I'm so fucking scared right now. It's currently 1 in the morning, and my boyfriend is at work. It's just me and my son, and hold on.
just heard keys. I just heard keys open my door. So I'm thinking he might have come home early. He don't supposed to get off till the morning. So I hear movement, I hear jiggling, I hear keys. And I hear movement in the living room. Now my son's room is across from our room. And we have motion lights in there for him. So when he wake up at night, in case he crawl out the bed. I'm about to show y'all. Completely dark. You have to step in his room to activate the motion light, right? There's two. Which if I cut off my bathroom light, I can see that light on from my room, right? Ooh, y'all. So I'm thinking he went in there to check on the baby because he do that. He always come in the house no matter what time it is and he check on him first. So, baby, after a good, maybe like 5 minutes, I don't hear him moving no more. So I'm like, damn, is he gonna come in the room? Like, you know, like me and the baby in the room. I know he didn't see the baby. It was in his bed because I got him out and put him in bed with me because sometimes I don't like sleeping by myself. This apartment is kind of weird. We just moved here a few months ago and it's just always been like little shit. Like, that's another story though, but so I fucking get up. I get up and I go out here. There ain't nobody here, y'all. There's nobody here. Ain't nobody here. I turned on all the lights. I'm walking around the house. There's nobody fucking here. How can motion lights come on without motion? I heard keys. I heard movement in my living room.
That's scary.
Yeah, I'm not crazy. Like, I heard that shit. Clear as day. Clear as fucking day. Not a dream. And there's nobody fucking here but me and my son. Oh my god.
That's so scary.
I'm so fucking scared.
Okay. No. I am now going to talk about my own like scary experience that I have had in my very recent time. This happened like a few days ago. It's like not as scary as some of these other stories, but I did want to just mention it. So I don't even know what time this happened. It was probably the daytime, so maybe it isn't even that scary. I don't even know. I'm just gonna say it. I had this hanging in my car, right? This like cross, and I did do like a random knot like exploration like the day before this happened, but then the next day like this literally just like came off for like no reason while I was driving, and I don't know. I was like, I don't know, did it come off because of protection or something? Or, like, did it have to do with the random nodding? Did it just come off? I don't know. I feel like it could have been scary. It felt a little scary because it just came off out of nowhere. Like, it was just hanging up for, like, perfectly fine. Like, what would make it fall, you know? Like, it was just hanging on my rearview mirror, you know, what would make that fall, you know? So, I don't know. Very weird. Very weird. Oops. But yes, I hope everyone has an amazing day. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching the live. Thank you for, you know, everything. Please follow me on YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch at chiropractor. And yeah, like, I hope everyone has an amazing, fantabulous day. And you know, I did reach my goal. That one video, it like absolutely terrified me. Like, oh my gosh, people scared it all. Okay, I can't find it, but it was like extremely scary. I don't know. But yes, that video had me in a frenzy for sure. But I hope everyone has an amazing day, and you know, thank you for watching. Goodbye.